Welcome back to Unfiltered. This is Jay Skyline and James here, and we're about to get into the rap journey with you guys. Again, today we have...
we have Charlie Slum. Charlie Slum and Toro, Campiola, YOLO's World, and Fly Revolutionary Hustle, Volume 1, and it's FRH's, which is actually that whole thing I just said. But excuse me, I was just eating some spicy ass
he insisted we try something that didn't make the cut for our live eating.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I had to cough. I don't even know. It was a good thing. We're not going to get into talking about what it was, but this is the reason why this whole beginning of this segment looks and sounds weird.
Sorry about that. A little burning. That's all good. But what do you want to start with?
Well, today we have 3 artists, just like last week, all Pittsburgh, all from across the city.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with the east side where we sit and stand today. FRH. See how this one, like I said, talk about how this one went for us today. What was your opening thoughts on this one, James?
The name could have added a couple more letters. That's what I'm saying. So Fly Revolutionary, Eccentric, Smooth Hustler, or just one word, fresh. That's what your name could be, just fresh. Just add a couple, it'd be all those little, and it comes out as one name.
We're going to spend most of this review just trying to talk about how we do, or just.
It was just. I'm sorry. It's just very hard.
I know this name's hard. What happens when they put his name on a card? It's I digress.
We'll ask him.
Announce that before we.
So we're gonna have Fly actually come in tomorrow. So this is what's going on. So Fly Revolutionary Hustler, he's gonna talk about his album, whatever he wants. What he wants, okay, but yeah, he's coming out, so we're giving the review out, and yeah, so we'll see him tomorrow, so you get to hear about him more. So we'll start him out. We got Silly Helix, so we got some different production out here. Throvo, that's who produced this one, and we got 2 features, Sherm P and K-B. So, I mean, those are a pretty good track.
I'm confused on why the name of the track was the name of the track, because that's not what he says.
It doesn't sound like it.
Is that what he's saying during the hook? Because it doesn't sound like it at all.
It sounds like Silly Hose for Lend. I mean, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's what. Okay. Because we never actually talked about that, because I did not want to bring that up until we got here. Because it sounds like he's saying Silly Hose for Lent, which is not. But actually, if that's what he's saying, that's actually a very dope line and how he was saying it in the context of the song. But I do want to know, is that what he was saying, or if it's that? Because if it was what it's on the paper is what he's saying, I need answers. But the song's okay. The song's good.
It's a good way to bring it in.
But y'all, like I said, it literally doesn't sound like that's what he's saying, unless I'm the Heaux. It's not. Yeah,
Helix. But it sounds like Silly Hose for Lend. That's just me. I mean,
I know it's not just you, because that's what I got. And again, we did not talk about this album in depth after we did our together run through. Yeah. After that, it was Real One.
That's produced by Sweets. I'm sorry about that.
Well, Real One for me, not one of my favorites. Again, this is an interesting album for me as a whole, because it's not it's lyrically, everything lyrically is fine, but it's retro to me, and not Walkman was a cool retro, because I'm it was the type of retro I was into when I was really young. This one's more like a common type of retro, something I've never truly been into, even though it's different when it's somebody who obviously incorporates his love for our city and how his feelings in our city in a lot of his songs, and the region in general. And that's where you get into songs like Rust Belt and East Side, where are 2 of the standout tracks to me on the album. Maybe not the best, but Rust Belt maybe, but stand out just because of how you can see he's passionate about the area and the regions that he lives in. And he wants it to be us. I love how he knows, because that's something I think for Rust Belt, because I do love, I was into geography in school. It's going to be it was something I was into. So for him to understand the geography of the true Rust Belt, and not just the Midwest, Rochester, New York, to Pittsburgh, Cleveland, what do you say, Gary, Indiana, Chicago, St. Louis. Like he shouted out all these places, Flint.
Yeah.
And it's like these were the places that are Detroit. I think he says that too. These are the heart of the Rust Belt in the Midwest. True, the cities that were the cities that fell off after the decline of steel. Just lucky cities like Detroit, Chicago, and St. Louis and Pittsburgh were big enough to maintain their city. Yeah. But like cities like Gary, Indiana, and Flint were bigger, and they fell apart after everything like that fell apart. He didn't delve that deep into what we just said, but it's still a good song that shows pride in the entire area. Also, these two songs also on top of Silly Helix.
Yeah, Silly Helix.
Felvo is proving a lot to me because he's basically, it's a 10-song project, but he has production in 4 of the songs. He's basically the main producer. So, like I said, he's definitely proving to me that I would like to hear more of his production on these albums. Yeah. After that, All In is one of the 2 tracks that has female vocals over the hook.
Yeah.
What's the name of the woman on All In? Because she has both women that he picked on this album to have features with have beautiful voices. That's something I noticed with the city. Is city when y'all want to go find features of for women on these albums, they are definitely good.
What? Shayna Valray. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably not.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but that's what somebody else on production, Antic Beats. But she really does. She really does go all in on that. I mean, that song's a great one.
And then after that is where the album, I think, turns a lot more political.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's why you went ahead and put 6 like that. 6 is signing off, and that one is just a freestyle. And that would have been a perfect maybe signing off just completely, or you want us to sign off from
the fun half of the album?
The fun half, and want us to get into more like political, more of like in depth like that, like
because talking about signing off to me, I thought it was the end of the album.
Yeah, so
it was dope. It was a dope freestyle, but it sounded like the end.
So
after that is Silence,
and that's produced by Black Lines. That one's
at this point, every song is political and has a point. Like again, this is why I could say he is. It's more like I said. I don't want to call it political, but it's conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not as interested in the songs. Like I said, the message is great. These messages should be heard, and people should hear the message that he has to say in this project. Songs at this point have that much replay value for me. Silence is the key point of that.
Mm-hmm. And then we got Freedom. That's produced by Lines. Now, I don't know if that's Black Lines, the same production, but I mean, now this one's, I'm sorry, I'm going to fuck this up.
I can do this one. And Quinette.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that one was that easy for me, but yeah. It's either Anquinette or she actually wrote out Any Win Gives, Any One Quinette. Like I said, that's why I'm going to go on with Anquinette. I'm very confident that it's Anquinette. But yeah, that was probably one of the best songs in the entire project to me. That is like, it's like, to me, that song is the equivalent of like a Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, Empire State.
Oh, that one was good.
Ballad features like that.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem and Rihanna, other songs like that's how I felt about that track. Them two together vocally and the power they both instake in their voice in that song with their messages that they want to perceive in the song Freedom is perfectly executed. Like to me, that needs a video.
Oh yeah, okay.
Freedom needs a video. It needs a strong, impactful video. Like whatever his message was that he wants it to be, he needs to make sure that the director that does that video knows what he wants, and she too, because like this is it's almost like a duet or something like that. It's not, but like they're that in touch with what they want that song to be.
Yeah, he definitely does great duets. I mean, both with her and Charlene Valray. Like I said, sorry if I messed it up. But anyways, both of those, like the passion in theirs, they really put it in. I mean, in my opinion. So I mean, they really worked well together, both those tracks. And then coming down to the 9th song, Complicated. That one's produced by Daydreamers.
I didn't like Complicated. And again, this is another one that has a great message, but I'm not into it.
That's all right. That's pretty good. I mean, I like that. And then the last one's Holding Up. Now, is that the wait? Which one was the one where he called out?
Wrong mixtape.
Nope, not calling out anything. No, go into and let's go ahead and don't do it to your city. Like, don't do it to your homes. Go out to Swickley and Shaler. I believe that was Holding Up.
It might have been that one.
What?
But I mean, like you're talking about, I do remember the song you're talking about. I just forget if it's Holding Up or if it's Freedom.
I don't think it was Freedom. I think it was Complicated or Holding Up. I'm sorry if I.
It's probably Complicated. Like I said, Complicated's
No.
verse for verse wasn't terrible, but I can't get into the hook.
No, lyrically.
And like I said, nothing lyrically on this whole entire project.
No, this is a great project. I like it. No, I mean, like it shows a strong positive message, and it's showing like, you know, this is something that, you know, he wants to change in the city and change and the change in the whole, like this is what he's trying to go ahead and like try to go ahead for a more of a positive, you know, outlook for the city. He wants to change. That's why he talks about the East Side, how it's coming up, and you know,
he talks about gentrification and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, you can check out the music video. He has a music video of East Side. It goes from Hazelwood to Wilkinsburg, everywhere around. Shows you everything. You might be even on it, you know. So,
like I said, production and lyrics aren't an issue to me on this album. It's more of delivery and energy, which again, this is his style. Like this is only the first project I've listened to from him. This is what the message he wants to pursue and portray. And I think he's a good rapper and a good flow. It's just, again, Common is the first thing that comes to mind. And it's not like they have a similar style or anything. No. But it's just like, yeah, I know you're talented and this is really cool. It's not for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I think this is a good project. Lyrically and everything is great. But again, this is just like I said, I listen to a different spectrum of rap in my personal time. So this is why, like I said, when I get my answer and my reasons of questioning of the songs I do on this album, it's not because I don't think this is a good album. I just know that this isn't something that's going to get rotation with me.
Okay. Do you think you would have any of these like keep on rolling throughout?
Yeah, Rust Belt, East Side. Like I said, my top three are basically the ones that I'm going to be able to say I'll keep spinning. So yeah, saying that, I guess I'm going to start it off with my top three best and worst. My top three in order would be East Side 3, Rust Belt 2, and Freedom number 1. That's how I roll with that. Right. And my worst three would be number 3, Real Ones, number 2, Silence, and number 1 would probably be Complicated. That would be how I roll with this. Like I said, even though I picked 3, again, these are the 3 that I'm probably going to least likely listen to again. And I feel bad saying it like that because when it comes to Silence and Complicated, there are some really strong messages in that song. I think anybody should spin this entire album at least once because I think the message that this album portrays is strong. But as me as reviewing and doing what I do, reviewing these albums, I can say that those are the 3 songs where like I'm not going to listen to them again. And it just might be where I am in life. Like I feel like this is a where you are in life type of album too. Because like if you're not in a introspective philosophy or trying to rebuild your town mentality, this might not be for you. Also, if you're from areas that might be rioted later, this might not be for you. But
it wouldn't be like that. No, I don't think he has that type of like that message. I think he's saying why would you want to go ahead and destroy your town whenever
I know again I've said it on this radio show before. Like the next time something happens, go to Upper St. Clair, go to Forest Hills. Go somewhere with money. I always say that. So
yeah, like that's it's a strong positive message. But I liked Freedom and All In. Those were my favorites. I honestly like Complicated and Holding Up, and I don't know which one I would put for my last number 3. Probably would be closer to Holding Up. Okay. And then probably I like the rest of it. Like I said, my issue is signing off. I have an issue with that, but I will find out tomorrow why. So I'm not going to go ahead and make it as nothing's wrong with it. Just I feel like it's misplaced, but maybe it is placed perfectly. But I would say it would be number 3 would be Rust Belt. I like it. It's a good song. I don't know. I think it's like a little too, like, I don't think I could put that in rotation that much. I could listen to it. I like it. I just I prefer East Side. Like if that was like another one to add into like maybe rotation, like keep on rotation, I would have all these ones in rotation. But then like Rust Belt would be, like I said, 3, 2 would be Silence, and then Real One. Yeah, I probably am too young for that.
Again, like Real One is really that. I can tell he's a seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Even though I think this is his first project, this is a seasoned vet. This is a man that grew up in a different era than us. Saying that, he's very talented, but yeah, Real One was like, it's a catchy song for like if it dropped on the radio in 91.
Okay, yeah.
Like this is like, I can imagine this being played right before or right after summertime in the summer. Saying that again, it's just too old for me. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about Real One.
Okay. Yeah.
Saying that, I'm gonna give this a strong 4. 4 out of 5. Again, I don't think there's like the reason I can't give it a 5 or a 4 or 5 or anything like that is because it's just not for me. Like this is definitely more of a, I know where this album is for me, and this is like, yeah, I could give it a 4 because there's my biggest issues with it are songs that I just think are a little outdated or like when it comes to my taste.
Yeah,
like I said, I get a strong throwback vibe, like which isn't a problem. Like I said, the reason this gets a 4 is because it's still a cohesive project of 10 songs that I think I couldn't imagine that you had, like these are 10 good songs for you. And I think this is what you wanted to make, and I think you made a good album. And one thing I can say is there were no out of place features.
No.
That's something else I can say.
We got like 2,
even though I have no clue who East Side
Shared is. Well, he was on the East Side, song, so I guess he needed to be there.
But what's your rating on this gonna be, James?
I was gonna say maybe I was gonna go with 3.5, and that's because I like it. This is your first one. Like I mean, like I know it. The same feeling, like kind of like some of it's a little dated. Like it feels like maybe I'm too young for this. So I think if you are going for if you want people that your age, like I mean, on some of these songs, like I mean, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
One thing, because I know I put Complicated in one of my bottom 3. Complicated's message is very, very strong because it's a story.
Yeah.
It's a story message about, it sounds like it's about a relationship between him and his woman. At the end of the song, he basically explains that it's not his woman, it's America, which I respected the concept in the way he went about it, even though I really did think he was talking about his girlfriend until the very end of the song. And then the problem was, even though now I respect the analogy or the simile of what he did in that entire song, it still didn't change the fact that I didn't like the song like that much. But the message in the song, after you find out the truth about what the song is about, is very strong and very, very important. But again, like I said, song-wise, and again, you got to find that place. And it's rappers that I perceive like you, like a Common or a Nas, have an issue with finding that place where you keep your core, what you want to give people. And I still need a little bit of excitement.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that much excitement. And the songs that were excitement songs, where I consider like Rust Belt, East Side, and a couple other songs, that excitement was like block party type of excitement. It wasn't like I don't know. Like I'm like I said, it's a different, like again, this is for the more seasoned person, like the cruiser.
Yeah.
This is the cruise album. Like I said, it's a cruise. You're cruising to the.
This is a cruise.
You're cruising to the protest.
Yeah.
Like you're going 2 miles an hour, but you're on your way to the protest.
No, it's good. No, it's a great album. I'm not saying like 3.5's bad. No, 3.5's I think that's a strong number for me. Like you put a lot of work in. So I think it's a good one. So we'll keep it rolling. Who do you want to go with next?
I think next we're going to start off with a friend of the show.
Yeah.
We reviewed him last week, Charles Slum.
Yeah.
Charles Slum and who's the other guy?
Yotaro. I don't know his first name.
Yeah, Yotaro. So this is a collaboration project. It was the reason why I wanted to make sure, because I knew he knew his full name. I also can call him Toro. Slum and Toro is the name of the project. It's a collaboration effort between Pittsburgh's own Charlie Slum and Japan's own Toro. we got the background. If you want to go back and we'll probably get the link at the end of the show underneath the page for last week's episode of the interview. Get the background on the entire project and how these guys linked up to make this 6-song. They called it an EP.
EP, yeah.
Yes. And go out on all major platforms and try to get the purchase the album. This is I like before we get into this, I respect the fact that this is a 50-50 split. I don't think this is a more of a groundbreaking thing because I don't think producers get that much of their proceeds when it comes to albums like this. So if you like what you hear after when you check out this album, when you do, please go buy this. This is a cool thing to know that both the producer and the rapper are getting equal parts of this.
Time out for this album real quick. Just want to go ahead and shout out. Yeah, you can hit up Flies on pretty much on all like spectrums of like downloading music, at Piff and iTunes, whatever. You can check that out. All right, back to this, but you can get this on as well. CD Baby, you can get Charlie Slums on Amazon, iTunes. So cop this album as well. So I mean, we're gonna shout this to everyone. But yeah, this is we're not gonna go ahead and do 3 and 3. Like that's that's on some shady shit. Like we can't go ahead and say these are the best 3 songs.
So we've come up with a stipulations of how our rules will go with the reviews.
Yeah.
Whenever you have an EP or something that's less than 6 songs, we're just gonna do the one-on-one.
Yeah.
If you have like 7 to 9, we'll do 2s, and 10 up, we'll do a 3.
Yeah. We do my mentions, but nothing on like.
But yeah, 10 is as low as we can go for doing 3 tops and 2 and 3 worsts. And even then, I'll wiggle room that if you only have 2 worsts or 2 bests, and we can roll with that. And your score got to show it. Like our score got to show it. But like, if we dissected this down and picking top 3 best and top 3 worst, it would just be. I don't even know how to explain my answer. Would I give them a 0? Because we do negatives from that up to, for people that are new to the show, we go up to 5 and down to -5. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if I split it like that, that'd be an awkward thing to do. Saying that, we're gonna get into this review. Mm-hmm. For me, the highlights of this project, to me, it's a short project, so I'm not gonna like delve into the whole album part of this. But the first and last songs, Electric Air Show, which hell of a name, like. All these names of these songs are interesting.
Yeah.
And then the last track, which is the outro, which I'm
Waker.
Okay.
Waker.
But yeah, the intro and the outro of these albums were the 2 parts where I'm like, the production with his lyrics merge perfectly to me. Now, where things get rocky to me, it's kind of like a reverse, like a reverse up and down. Like the best parts of the album to me were Electric Air Show, Ride Along, and the outro, where the middle of the project were Vitamin D and Pitlanda, where the production and the flow start to cross. Because one thing I've always known, and I've been listening to Charlie for a couple of years, not in any depth that I listened to this project for studying purposes, basically, but he has an awkward flow. A good awkward flow and a unique flow. Mm-hmm. But when he steps out of his comfort zone, this might not be stepping out of his comfort zone, but when he's going in a direction like this where he's working with one person, it shows a lot more in Vitamin D for me, where like the beat and also he explained it last week, and he explained it, Cam's the homie. Even though he explained it, it doesn't mean that when it comes to Vitamin D, he explained where he catches the beat in different places and where the normal drop, where you would think the drop would be, he's catching it in a different place. And I heard it in Vitamin D. I didn't like it.
I liked it. I liked it on Vitamin D. Now, whenever he did it on Pitlandia.
See, I didn't have that much issue with Pitlandia, but I noticed it again in Pitlandia. But the thing was, it wasn't just vitamin, because I'm not going to blame Cam for the Vitamin D thing with the drop. Mm-hmm. The other issue with that is it's a lot of noise. Like it's a lot. Just at least because you know what the problem was. Because after I figured out that it was the reason I didn't like Vitamin D was because of where he was stopping between his lines, or at least between his bars. Then I tried to figure out, well, where would he do this at? And then I was like, well, Turo definitely gave him a platter of different sounds to try to do this off of.
Yeah.
Now, I think Cam might have picked the most awkward one, but it was definitely it was an awkward combination. I don't know if that beat should have been what it was. Obviously, Cam chose that beat for a reason, but that was definitely an awkward one.
Because he was saying that Yotaro is like a producer that tried to incorporate all beats as much as he can from different genres.
That might have been
so. I mean, like
too much.
There might have been, yeah. There, I mean, the beats. Some of the beats are really. I mean, they're all dope. I mean, but sorry.
After that is Renaissance Man, which Renaissance Man is like the neutral track to me in this whole 6-song EP.
I like that one. That's one of my favorites.
Like I said, I rock with it. Like I said, I don't rock. Like I said, Electric Air Show. It's like the explanation. Like you go into this and Cam perfectly explain to you what's going on, what you're about to hear. Where it's Cam is a great narrator.
Yeah.
Like when he spits and I get that Electric Air Show and ride along, the vocal visual. When I say that, it's like when you speak, I can visualize what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Almost in the sense where, like, if you made a music video for one of these joints, I'm like, I kind of think I can see where it's going. And I felt like that with Electric Air Show and Ride Along. But like I said, this is it's like the second or third EP we've done. This is a little weird for review to try to explain every part of it. Again, Toro on production.
Yeah.
He's right. He did show his versatility on the different sounds he'll use. And I think with Electric Air Show and Renaissance Man, I think Renaissance Man's beat is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when it comes to, I think Cam is better on Electric Air Show and the outro. But when it comes to Renaissance Man's beat and Pitlanda, that's the thing. Pitlanda, for me, the beat was so nice to me that I was okay with the. I guess it's just an awkward.
That's what it was. Like I liked it. I liked the beat. I liked the lyrics was fine. It just I don't know. It seemed a little too awkward. I don't know.
Like I said, for me, like I said, that was how I felt about and to me, it was just too much going on for Vitamin D. That's why I think we have the same feeling about Vitamin D in Pit, like how you feel about Pitlanda.
Yeah, like
it's just that
you like that how it was. I mean, there's only certain people that can really go ahead and keep up the flow but being offbeat, but being on beat at the same time.
And I think you don't like it on Pitlanda.
Yeah.
And I don't like it on Vitamin D. But like I said, I think we both acknowledge that both songs are probably the two songs where it's the most offbeat.
Yeah. But it's not bad. They're not terrible. No.
I'm not probably going to bump Vitamin D. Like the rest of the songs I have on rotation, they can stay on rotation, no problem. Vitamin D is the one I'm looking at. And we're only picking our best and worst out of the top two. So I can tell y'all the Vitamin D was the one that I would have chose to be the worst song on this project.
Well, the worst one, probably. I'm sorry, but Pitlandia. But again, it's not. While I put it through rotation, I'll probably listen to every once in a while. Is it going to be?
Pitlandia can still get rotation every once in a while. It would be that quirky song for me. Yeah. But like I said, for me, definitely Electric Air Show is on my rotation.
Electric Air Show is number one for me. You breaking that in, and then an honorable mention will be the Renaissance Man. For me,
like I said, I will run with the Electric Air Show. Top song on this project, definitely. Like if you get into it, that's a great opener. It's just nothing else to that to me. And then for an EP to have a good opening and a great ending, I'll say my honorable mention will be the outro. Like both going into the album and going out of the album, it's like you go into it like, all right, cool, and I'm gonna bang through this, and it's short. Mm-hmm. And then you listen to the outro, and it's like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll start it over again because the outro makes you want to restart.
Yeah.
And not a lot of albums give you the one because honestly, an EP or album, after you go through a whole album straight, you're usually done for like a day or two. So to have the outro be so good that it kind of makes you want to replay to go back and listen to the other tracks again over, it's a cool feeling.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's not long. It's not long enough for me. That's all. But it could be. I would like more. I mean, you were just starting back up for a little project. This is really dope. So I'd like to see more from you, Charles Slum. So
definitely. Even though he said he took a little break. Lyrically, he's still on point.
Oh yeah.
To me, the flow's still gritty. He's still getting this in. And again, like I said, the thing about we've always been cool, but I've never dick ratted him. And like I said, no matter what, there's always gonna be. I've never liked every single song that Cam's ever made. It's unrealistic, and I know he knows realistically that it's unrealistic. Yeah. Some of his boys not like. Some people might never tell you that, but no, like he's a growing artist and he's been growing for a while.
Yeah.
Now, I think he's gotten to the point where his flow and the grittiness of his flow when he's rapping and or singing, because when he wants to use the auto tune, it's fine. He's gotten to that point where now he's just doing him, and points where he's doing him is gonna like it, and I'm not gonna like it. And to me, like I said, the hardest part for me was Vitamin D. Like I said, Pitland, it was awkward, but I'll still bang that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to give him your number out?
I was gonna give him a 4, but you know, it's like I don't know, like it's just an EP, so like.
I mean, the number. It's again, EPs, mixtapes, and albums get ranked differently.
Yeah,
all across, but they're all getting the same number, man.
Okay.
So you can give them 4 if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go for.
Okay.
I mean, like for an EP, I think it deserves a 4. You know, it's. I mean, it's only one song that really like screwed it up for me, but it wasn't like screwed up. Like not like I'm not saying it was messed up. Like, oh, this it's terrible now. I'm just saying like. Just one was just like a little awkward, and it was like, okay, and get you back in. Renaissance Man, boom, and then the outro. And I'm like, oh, I'll bump it back because it's a short one. It's good to, you know, listen twice, you know. So
I'm gonna give it the same. I'm going with the 4. Like I said, it's just Vitamin D. Like I said, I don't even really have that much of an issue with Pitland. Like I said, I just with the keen ear can tell that the song's kind of off track. But all these songs are great songs. It's a quick, like I said, it's a quick listen, but you get a quick range of seriousness, party, and all that in one. Toro, for a Japanese producer, has a lot of throwback sounds to him. You like, I don't know, if you're either ignorant or you go into stereotypes, you might go into this thinking that all the beats are going to sound like Tokyo Drift, and it's not that at all. Like he's definitely a serious producer who's definitely honed his craft and studied hip hop, and I definitely think you could tell that on his production.
So, absolutely, yeah. I concur on that. So yeah.
So yeah, again, Charlie Slum. Actually, sorry, Charles Slum.
Charles Slum
and Yotaro. Again, we both get them strong 4s. Go out, Slum and Toro. Purchase on many Google Play, Apple Music, stuff like
Apple, yeah, CD Baby, Amazon. So get it. So.
And again, thank you to Charles Slum again for getting us up on here and coming in for the interview.
Yeah.
So before we slide into our last interview, we're going to take a little break because the last project is the longest project of the day, and it's we're going to delve into this one a little track by track a little more, and just because of some of the topics around the artist himself, we're going to delve into that. So we'll be right back here on Unfiltered, where we give it to you straight. This is Jay Skyline and James, and we'll get into the last part of our rap jury today.